Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Frank. Spoils over money. Saturday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm headed to the shop. I have a couple appointments, and then I have my father's funeral. Um, so I'm like a little mix of emotions, I guess. Well, not I guess. I am. I'm glad that it's here. It's finally over. Uh, I didn't care too much for the fact that we had to wait, 2.5 months to get this over with. I would have rather got it done right away. But once again, everything isn't up to me. Um, so, like I said, I'm just glad to get it done. And then Tuesday, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, have custody with Rachel for the kids, which is absolutely fucking crazy in my head. Crazy. I can't believe that I'm being taken for custody of my children. I just don't get this. I was good enough to raise her children until they went off to college, Uh, it's good enough to raise my children since the day they were born, and now all of a sudden, you know, I don't know. I just don't get it. And you know, one of these days I will speak about everything, and y'all will see a bigger picture. And it's not gonna paint me as this fucking saint either. When I say, I try to reinforce that a lot. It's not gonna paint me as the saint. I think what you'll see is a man who was 100% trying to keep his family intact. And I sort of like whatever we would fight over, whatever would Rachel would say would be the issue at time, I'd be like, okay, we have to just get rid of it, or we have to, alter the way we deal with it, or we have to, whatever it was, 4 years for a very long time. And even though the majority of those decisions hurt me more than anybody, you know. And I was, I was like, I asked her numerous times to get the kids for my father's funeral, and I had just, I had asked her for the last time, like, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday or something. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to ask anymore because I was just being ignored. I was getting absolutely no answer. I was just being ignored. And then I was upset at myself for asking and sending that text message because I know I'm just going to be ignored. And then my feelings are hurt when I'm ignored. And I'm like, why are you, why are your feelings hurt when you know that's what you're going to get, right? And then I'm like, well, it's my children, So, you know, after I guess kissing her ass enough, I get to take my children to their grandfather's funeral. Yeah. I'll be glad once custody is over and there is a set schedule. I don't have to kiss no ass anymore. To be honest with you, I can pretty much block the number, uh, and just show up when I'm supposed to. And even that is very difficult. It's very hurtful. You know, like this shit is just so crazy to me still. Still it is. You know. And the crazy part is I was thinking about this the other day, right? And I was explaining something to her and I was like, man, you know that me being emotional and me feeling like this isn't this didn't just start, when you decided to take the kids and leave. This shit has been for, a good solid year that I knew we were on a sand timer. And it wasn't because, I didn't love her no more or anything, but because I couldn't take it. And I knew, I was like, man, I just cannot take this anymore. And I tried and tried. And I was like, fighting against myself and still am now for giving up because it's my family, right? It's my family. I read one of the comments yesterday, and it was just a comment that pops up like on a page when I open my YouTube app because of having a channel. It shows you just like 3 comments, and it was like, one of them was like, Frank, you need to stop beating yourself up, and that I know, but also is like, if there's anything in the world you can beat yourself up over, I think it's family, right? If there's anything in the world that I could cry about, that I could be depressed, that I could be anything about, emotional, show vulnerability, it's my family, right? And it's hard to understand, man. Please understand this. It's so hard to understand until you're in this situation. I would have been the same one commenting, yo, just, you know, sometimes we gotta accept it and just go meet another woman and blah, 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 blah. That would have been me. And then now I understand it, which is, for me, this gives me a whole different perspective on dealing with people that have gone through this, right? Because I know now what it's like, and it's unlike anything. When I tell you this is unlike anything that I've ever dealt with, it's unlike anything. You know, like I think just the parent, and I got a haircut yesterday because we have custody on Tuesday, and I knew if I didn't get it yesterday, I wasn't going to be able to get it. And I didn't want to go into custody looking the way I was looking. I haven't had a haircut in 4 months, you know, and outwardly, I sort of look better. I don't really feel better. I'm still very hurt, still second guessing, still beating myself up, still wish things would be different, all that stuff. But I'm also starting to accept it. And I don't know how it's going to be tomorrow or next week. I think custody is going to be very hard for me. Because I don't want to speak ill or say anything bad about Rachel. Even if it's the truth, I still don't want to do it. Let alone to, like some stranger, some court person. I don't want to do that. And it's like, man, I'm being shoved in a corner. And the second my children are involved, It's like, all right, well, if ever there was a time to become defensive, it's now. And not just a little defensive. And I try to explain this to her. I'm like, man, please do not make me go in there, because that's all custody is. You just make each other look bad. It's really all it is. Go in there and say, well, she does this and he does this, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't have those feelings towards her. And I try to explain to her and say, please do not make me do this. Please don't. I do not want to do this. This shit, I get ignored. It's like talking to a wall. So I guess after custody, that'll, I guess, help to move things along. And I wish she would just, we're in the courthouse. I'm going to tell her, look, why don't you just go upstairs and file for divorce if that's what you want. I'm not filing for it because that's not what I want. Still now, that's not what I want. Right? Yeah. Still now. Still now. After a lot. There's a lot I don't say. Just understand. If I've spoken 20%, that's a lot. So understand there's 80% that I'm not speaking. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great day. Please keep us all in prayer. All of us, Rachel, the kids, myself, please and thank you. Thank you guys. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient as well. And I feel like I look like a new person, right? Because I let my hair longer on top. Usually I don't do. And I'm about to start accepting applications for a new girlfriend. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm just fucking with y'all. Maybe not though. No, just fucking with y'all. Have a great day, y'all. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. And thank you guys.